So apparently the word Karen is offensive now. It's being compared to like the N-word except for white women. You know, it's being called racist, sexist, and ageist. I mean, I swear people find like just the stupidest shit to be offended about. Like, it's really not that deep, but yeah, let's start from the very beginning. The definition of a Karen. Karen is a mocking slang term for an entitled, obnoxious, middle-aged white woman. Especially featured in memes, Karen is generally stereotyped as having a blonde bob haircut, asking to speak to retail and restaurant managers, to voice complaints or make demands, and being a nagging, often divorced mother from Generation X. Basically, it means like an annoying piece of shit. Like, you can pretty much use it however you want, but you know when like a middle class or rich person calls a manager at a restaurant to like complain about the minimum wage workers, it's just kind of shit. Like, nobody really wants that, and that person is seen as a Karen because like, why are you calling the manager for the smaller shit? You're just annoying. That's just it. And just like the word simp, you're allowed to like overuse it beyond its normal definition because it's just fun, you know? Like, I call everybody simps. Like, I call myself a simp sometimes. It doesn't matter if you are one or not because nobody really looks up the exact definition of this kind of stuff. Like, we just have like a general idea and just kind of use it to have fun, you know? Like, much like Karen. Like, if you're being annoying, I'll call you a Karen. I don't care. Now, there's a bunch of people that are taking this meme way too far and are actually getting offended by the word. Like, this person here says that, does anybody else think that the Karen slur is women-hating and based on class prejudice? How did you honestly, like, pull that out of your ass? Like, what are you talking about? Do you honestly get offended when people say Karen? Like, it's mostly guys that are called incels and simps, so do we get offended by that shit? Like, is it man-hating words? No, it's not that deep. Like, we don't care. And before somebody comments this, I'm very aware that some of these comments could be parody, but it's gotten so big that at least half of these are real for sure. Like, there's actually people out there that can't sleep at night because they got called a Karen. Okay, we've got a very brave person here. I transitioned to a woman so that I could say Karen with the hard N. Now this is epic. Like, I've always been quaking in my boots when I heard the word Karen. I can't even say it, man. It's so offensive. Like, my lips are shaking, my body is quivering, like, but I think I'm gonna do it, guys. For you guys, for the viewers, for the fans, bro. For everybody who smashed that like button. For everybody who commented and shared this video around. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, bro. Karen. Oh my god, I feel so powerful, bro. I could call the manager, dude. Goddamn. Goku, watch out because my power level just became over 10,000, bro. Alright, so here we have a very big brain individual saying that the term Karen is being used as a sexist and racist slur, considering this is equivalent to the N-word for white women. I like how it's just practically a given. Like, you know how you say the earth is round? Like, it's a universal fact? Yeah, the N-word is equivalent to the Karen word. Yeah, universal fact, bro. Should it be banned on Twitter? If no, please explain your thoughts. Like, I'm very much open for, like, dialogue, you know, because I'm very smart. And then we've got, like, 4% of people who said yes, and 96% who said no. I guess you got quite a few explanations there, that's for sure. I know this guy could be a troll, but, you know, my point still stands, because there's a bunch of people who genuinely think this, so I'm just explaining to them, even though I know it's pointless. So this person also makes like a bunch of follow-up tweets saying that, do not retweet this if your intent is to troll or harass. This is the new poll after we have weeded out bad actors who have disrupted the last one. That's right, these 96% people over here, they're all actors. 300,000 actors, I know. Wow, this is deeper than the flat earth thing, bro. Please let us know if you see anyone attempting to produce incorrect results on the poll. I'm a journalist. You're welcome. I mean, this genuinely looks like a parody, but, whatever. I'm gonna treat it as if it's real, but I swear to God, if somebody in the comments goes, gotcha, like, bro, there's a percentage of people who believe this, trust me. A line has been crossed. I have an announcement to make to those who continue to retweet or share our polls with an intent to illegally harass journalists. Andy, our legal advisor, will be in touch with many of you on what will happen next. This is some James Charles shit, dude. My lawyer, delete this immediately. My lawyer will be in contact, bro. Goddamn. I said the Karen word. I'm trying to spread your tweet around to show how much of a dumbass you are. Oh god, a lawyer. Andy, oh my god, not Andy, bro. So this guy also made a bunch of demands to Twitter, this has to be a troll, dude. Demands to Twitter if Karen isn't banned. @Jack. He's added the CEO of Twitter. Number 1, future use of the slur auto change to K with a star, Karen, 2, pop-up message for all users, educating them on the slur. We could write this. Thank you. I'd appreciate that. Number 3, attach badges to accounts using it, like a blue check mark, but a bad badge, warning other users. Oh my god, this person said the Karen word? God, oh my god, those are worse than Twitter pedophiles, I swear to god. So obviously there's a bunch of people just trolling them, saying like, okay Karen, keep crying Karen. Could you please stop using that word? It has basically become the N-word at this point. I like how there's 164 replies to 39 likes. That's incredible. That's like, this is like the like ratio of YouTube pretty much. The manager isn't in, Karen. Try back tomorrow. So there's a bunch of people who try to explain like the difference between like the N-word and Karen, because the N-word actually has, racial history behind it, while Karen is pretty much nothing. So this guy says, who cares about the history? What matters is the present. And in the present, the K word is even worse than the N word, in my opinion. While your opinion is about as valuable as a Karen. Now, this man just pretty much shut this guy down because type out the N word. Like, if you think Karen and the N word are equivalent, why can you say the Karen, but you can't say the N word? So there's also a bunch of people questioning this. Like, when somebody's so goddamn stupid, you can't tell if it's a joke or not, because the trolling is so like goddamn high level that it's not even good anymore. Is this a joke? This has got to be a joke, right? Like, you did not just say Karen is the N-word for white women. This has to be a joke. Say this is a joke, please. This man is actually losing faith in humanity. So there's also a bunch of articles online about this, like Vox and shit. The current use of the Karen meme is almost always to call out the perceived entitlement and rude behavior of white women, but it's easy to see each of these variants coming back to bite real Karens. Like, this is probably like people named Karen, and many people think that the Karen meme itself is just a form of blanket misogyny. I like how they say many as if to like emphasize it, but it's not many at all. It's probably like, I don't know, less than flat earthers. That's probably the actual population that believes that Karen is a slur. So here we have Mr. Evans, providing his epic input. I'm sure there are occasions where a complete jerk is deliberately using this new slang term as a way to harass a particular woman named Karen, and I think that should be called out. I mean, if somebody's being bullied, naturally you'd call that out, but I feel like this is super, super, super rare. Like, nobody's actually going up to a person named Karen and saying, harassing them like that. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of people, there's a bunch of pedophiles in the world. There's a bunch of really messed up people in the world, but if this is like 0.0001% of the population, like, it shouldn't really be a problem. And sure enough, Karen Han, who writes for Vox sister site Polygon, both of these sites are known for like calling PewDiePie a Nazi and shit, so take it with a grain of salt, because these guys are bound to be harassed because, they're just making outrageous claims. Told me that sometimes people on Twitter do assume I'm white and respond to tweets that they disagree with that Karen meme. I don't think they care if you're white, they're just calling you a Karen because you're annoying. Karen Turner likewise told me that she gets people spamming her with the Karen meme on Twitter. I like how you're using like anecdotal evidence. Like, there's obviously no facts to back up that this is an actual issue in society that needs to be addressed. Like, nobody's this is ridiculous. I'm not even gonna respond to this. It's a Vox writer. Like, come on. And I feel like if you're getting spammed with the Karen meme, I think you're doing something Karen-like. Like, I don't think people would randomly just go up to people named Karen and spam them with the Karen meme, unless you keep bringing it up every single second of the day, which I'm pretty sure you do. If you respond to, like, the trolls, like, no, I'm not a Karen, bro, just because my name's Karen, I'm not a Karen. Like, people are obviously gonna try to piss you off. Like, you don't feed the trolls. As Turner's years of being teased because of Dan Cook's old joke indicate, this name-based mockery can be hurtful, and it's probably unfair to tell Karen to grow a thicker skin. Name-based prejudices can leave lasting and deep psychological scars. Dr. Nick stressed. Dr. Nick, how are you a doctor, bro? Like, that's right. If you call someone a Karen, you're probably gonna give them like war flashbacks, like straight up gonna enter their mind and fester. Like, you get hurt if you have thin skin. It doesn't matter what slur somebody uses, like, what imaginary slur somebody uses. Like, you probably just want to be offended, like, you want a new N-word for white women. Like, you just want something to cry about. Like, that's just become human nature now. Like, what is the next thing I can be mad about? Like, what will get me Twitter likes from these absolute crazy people? Well, there have been murmurings about the use of Karen being offensive, namely to women who are actually called Karen, for some time. The debate around whether it's not a misogynistic meme kicked off on Twitter this weekend. Was that actually a debate? Are you kidding me? After a handful of prominent British women tweeted their outrage about it. I swear to God, there's always like a bunch of prominent British women tweeting about all of this garbage. Like, it's just a given. People who have never used a meme before in their lives began to use the word to essentially just mean stupid and selfish. That's how memes on the internet works. You can't expect 12-year-olds to know how to, use the exact term, and it's not fun that way. Karen was suddenly anyone who is perceived to be social distancing incorrectly or not taking things seriously enough. People are dying, Karen. Obviously, I mean, if people are being idiots going outside when people are dying, dude, like, you're supposed to social distance during this pandemic, and if you're going outside being an idiot, and if the word Karen pisses you off, I will call you Karen because you're being an idiot. I can't believe this is an actual title of like an article, the gender issue. This is perhaps the argument that has the longest legs. Okay. It's true that Karen is obviously a gendered name and used specifically to mock and ridicule women, and while male equivalents have entered the lexicon, namely in the form of Chad on Twitter and Kyle on Reddit, they have not gained anywhere near the same level of notoriety. Have you heard of the word simp? Come on. So is this meme inherently sexist, or does it simply reflect a world in which women are judged so much more harshly than men in almost every way? I like how you use this as an excuse to bring out like general sexism in society. Like, oh my god, if you're reaching like this far and going to the Karen meme to find some sort of sexism, I'm not even gonna take your opinion as something that should be valued at all. So there's also a bunch of different people with like different names, not just Karen, like Becky, who are getting mad about this. I feel like I have to make sure my Twitter doesn't live up to the basic Becky stereotype. I've literally never heard this term ever used before. Basic Becky. If you've heard about Basic Becky, please type in the comments below because this is news to me. Says Rebecca Lowe, a 23-year-old from Bristol. Becky's a slang term for a stereotypical white girl who over the years has been characterized as snobbish from the earliest Urban Dictionary definition to good at oral from the song Becky by Plies. After a reference to Becky appeared. Bro, I've never heard of this. Where are you coming up with this shit from? Like, even if this does exist, like, this is probably 0.0000000000001% of the population is affected by this. Nobody cares. Alright, so to end this video off, I'd like to recite a poem by Fire667 here. Karen, 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 Karen. Karen, 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 Karen. Karen, 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 Karen. They call me Robert Frost because my poems are so goddamn deep, bro. If you like my poem, please spam it in the comments below just to piss these people off. Anyways, this whole thing is ridiculous. I have no idea what kind of people sit at home and genuinely get offended over the word Karen. It's gotta be one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen in my life, but anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Smash that like button if you did, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell to be part of the Noti gang, and honestly, thank you all for the support recently. It's been pretty goddamn epic. 78% of you are not subscribed. Are you kidding me, bro? Come on. Anyway, stay awesome, gamers. Stay epic, stay cool, stay classy. Karen is not a slur. Final conclusion, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.